All right, guys, Andrew Burr here, Coldwell Banker, leader of the Andrew Burr Group. Today is Labor Day 2022. So hopefully a lot of you are out there relaxing. You're on the beach watching this, enjoying your time. My wife and I had a very lovely weekend down at Key Largo this past weekend. Did some floating out in Everglades National Park, tucked up behind Poor Joe Key, and just kind of chilled out. But today, it's back to work, at least for me. Had an appointment this morning, which we'll get to in a little bit, which is very interesting to me. But I also want to do a little segment following up on something that I did, I think it was a week and a half ago. It's called A Tale of Two Houses. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you real quick so you can see what I'm talking about when I say A Tale of Two Houses. Boom, there's the screen. Here's the two houses, 165 and 164 Cove Road. If you'll notice, one of them's under contract, one of them is not. Okay, so 165 Cove Road, the one that's under contract is where the star is right there. It backs to River Bridge Boulevard. This just happens to be in my neighborhood. And I actually had some people interested in this property as well. But unfortunately, it's not my listing, but it is a listing of a very, very lovely young lady, not actually young, but she's a young at heart. She's been in this business for a very, very long time. The other house, this house where the star is right now, is on the water. Very, very similar house. Let's check out the differences between them. Not much at all. This one that is on the water is 1,901 square feet. This one that is not is 1,952, so only slightly larger, but not on the water, on the main street. We'll just go ahead and go through a couple photos real quick to show you that they're pretty similar, assuming this thing decides it wants to start working. So, fairly, the courtyard home, this is the most attractive, upgraded, whatever. I mean, very nice, all the light. This is the most attractive, probably style of property available in my hometown of River Bridge. Because that courtyard where the pool is tucked away, there is and this is very nicely done, but it's still not sold. It's very tucked away in private, the pool is, and then you have the water in the back. So the water is a separate feature. Once again, very nicely done here. This is the one that's under contract. Okay. And the reason for this, and once again, very, very similar, flooring is very similar, granite, very nicely done. Honestly, this one that's not sold is maybe a little more modern and stainless steel and stuff. But here's why all this is important. The only reason I'm doing this is to explain to those of you that might be looking to sell your home or in the process of selling your home, how important pricing your home correctly is. So this home right here, let's do this one first. Let's go to the detail view again. And we're gonna go to history. History is very important because this tells us what happened with this home. Look at this right here. This home got listed on 8/4. It went under contract and the status changed on 8/8, which isn't even true. It didn't make it that long. It just took her an extra day to change the status because it was a weekend and she was very busy with showings because she priced this home correctly, right? And let's remember, this is the home that is not the one that's all fancied up and on the water. It is a couple of feet larger, literally like 26 feet or 33 feet larger, but really no discernible difference between this house and this house right here. Now let's look at this house and let's look at the history of this house. So you might think, oh, this is a rather newer listing, 8/16, 2022, just hit the market. That's not true. Let's see where it started. So the agent that initially listed the house told the sellers that their house was worth $625,000. It was listed on 7/17, okay, 7/17. Now, mind you, this one right here that's expected to close basically next week was listed on 8/4, okay? So this house had been listed for quite some time already. And this is, hit the wrong button. There we go. This is the button I need. So this house had been listed, boom, right here, starting on 7/17. The other one, 8/4, went under contract in 3 days. Why? It was priced right. This one was priced at 625. Oh, wow. Let's look and see what happens. Oh, look, right after the one next across the street went under contract, somebody told the agent, or the agent finally figured out, wow, I'm like crazily overpriced here, crazily overpriced. Okay, not just overpriced, but crazily overpriced. So sorry about that. Silence, I kill you. So this is what happened. So this house right here, the one that's on the water, really honestly, it's probably the more, most likely the more attractive house, right? Because it's on the water, freshly redone. Okay. More modern take. That's all. Yet somehow that didn't sell because the agent had it priced incorrectly. Not only that, but the marketing was terrible. I live one neighborhood away from this, literally walking distance. It's probably 200 yards from my house to this house. I never even got an announcement that it was for sale. Not a thing. So now guess what? Guess who's got this listing? The lady that sold the listing across the street. That's the way it should be, because guess what? This lady knows how to sell real estate. She's been around for a while. She knows what she's doing. This realtor just gave people a number that they thought they might bite on and didn't do anything. Except for, you know what? Oh, what did they do? Now their house is not sold. It's still for sale. So now they're hoping that an experienced realtor can actually sell it. This house should have been sold. If you look at it, this house should have sold 4 days after it listed, just like the other one. Because it's a very nice house. It's on the water. It has bonuses that the other house didn't have. Just telling you folks, the market is not what the market was 6 months ago. Your niece could sell your house right out of high school, probably. All she had to do is put it up on an MLS and pray. That's the way a lot of people are doing business right now. So, and that here, I'm going to stop this. We're going to stop the share right now on this one, because that leads me to my meeting this morning. I had 2 meetings. Actually, I had a meeting this morning and a meeting on Saturday. Saturday I had a meeting in Peoria, actually. Pretty similar. Both houses are already listed by another agent. Both people called me because they were talking to their friends and asking who they thought would be a good realtor to talk to about why their houses weren't selling, and in one case why they weren't even getting a single showing on their house. One of them, I'll tell you right now, one of them was listed at $699 originally. House is worth $545, perhaps. The agent actually kind of had the guy hooked at $750. He said, "Yeah, she said you could get $750 from my house, no problem." And he thought that's just crazy too high. But you know what? $699, yeah, absolutely, that's awesome. Let's do it. Not even a showing, not a one showing. And then when he started questioning her about it, she didn't know what to tell him. So she asked him for a marketing plan. She said, "What?" He said, "Where's your marketing plan?" And these are questions you should ask before you list your house, by the way. Where's your marketing plan? What was your plan to sell my house? And she basically blank stare. Long story short is that he's planning on talking to his realtor on Tuesday, and then I'm going to go over and take over the listing. Because it's not, once again, about 6 months ago. Well, not even at that. That was just stupid. It would have never even sold, even when the market was humming, and we were getting 5 offers on everything. Let's be clear that market is not the market we have right now. I'm going to be 100% clear with everybody. The early return numbers in for last month, the market is starting to balance. It is still a seller's market here in Southeast Florida, by every explanation of the word, but we're getting close to a balanced market. Are we going to flip into a buyer's market? Maybe. I don't know. I don't see this. There's no crash. I mean, that's not happening. But could we get into a slightly buyer's market in the next month or two? Perhaps. Right now, we're still seeing small appreciation in the houses. The people. So you'll see a lot of stuff. 19%, 22% appreciation. If you see that, that's year over year. They're not talking about what's happening today in the market. They're talking about what's happened over the year. Okay, and we gained most of that in the first 3 months of the year. Good, because coming into this year we were skyrocketing, right? It was going up like mad, and we needed to curb that. If you go back and look at some of my videos from around March, you'll see that I'm saying, hey, we need to slow this down. And guess what's happening? It's slowing down. haven't lost any value, still a solid market. Going to transition probably to a balanced market within the next month or two. Looks like it will still be a seller's market this month of September, but you know, and honestly, we have fluctuations, at least in South Florida, that this is kind of along that curve, anyways. But the most important thing to be had from all of this right now, the second meeting I'll get to in just a second, is if you're looking to sell your house, you might want to get an experienced realtor. I don't have anything against a lot of these people that joined the real estate business in the last 2 years, saw the pot of gold kind of, and said, "Oh, let me go see what I can do." But guess what? That's gone. All right. I still see houses in the market for egregious amounts. I don't get it. I don't understand. I saw a house in Loxahatchee, Florida, which is right down the street here. Beautiful 1.15 acre lots in general. It's a burgeoning market because there's no land. You don't get land in South Florida like that very often, unless you're paying $1 million plus, right? So most of the time, and now multi-million dollars. Like if you're east with that, you're a couple $1 million with a house on. This house is a what we call a Mark 1 Mod 1 Loxahatchee house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet on 1.15. No distinguishing special features. Needs a roof because it's 23 years old. And for those of you that don't know about insurance in South Florida, if you have a roof that is shingle, it's 15 years, tile, it's 20 years, and metal is only 30 years, or you're either uninsurable or your insurance is going to go through the roof. So let's just say that it needs a roof because it's 23 years old. The market price for that house right now is probably in the high fives, mid to high fives. This person listed this house, and I looked I'm gonna tell you right now, agent's never done business. I could not find a single purchase or sale that this agent's ever done. $725,000. What do you suppose is going to happen to that house? Now, the agent, if they're listening to their broker probably said, "Doesn't matter, get it whatever price," because guess what? You don't care if their house sells because you can work it for. Somebody will come and they'll go, "Oh, I get it," but then their budget's $725,000. You go buy them a 5-bedroom house with a shop or something for $750,000, and then you still make money. Because unfortunately, that's a lot of times the broker mentality. Actually, a lot of times. Anyways, but I digress. All right, as I do sometimes. Those of you that watch me regularly know. So where are we at with the market right now? So I went to the appointments this morning, and I spoke to this person that is very, very confused and very distraught to the point where she doesn't even know if she wants to sell her house anymore because she has gotten so many different opinions and numbers that after, well, whatever, it doesn't matter why she finally came to me. But I just sat with her and I said, "Look, here's the deal. Give me till tomorrow. I'm not going to give you my opinion of the value of your house. I'm going to go and I'm going to put together a package that will show you the value of your house in a way that I can explain it to you." Okay. And then once I've shown you all of that, we can move forward, and then you can decide whether or not you want to list your house or if you want to sell with me or somebody else. I mean, that's, I think, the right step. She was very concerned about my time. She literally was. She's like, "Oh, I don't want it." I said, "Look, it's my job. This is my business. It's going to take me a couple of hours because this young lady is just literally completely befuddled and frustrated and everything else. So I want to make it as clean of a package as I can so that when I go in there, it's very simple and easy to read. It's not going to be, I'm not going to bombard her with glitz and BS. It's going to be facts and, current events and, understanding. Now, there is some nuance to it, of course, but it all has to start with facts. And when I asked her, I said, "Hey, has nobody come in?" Because I just did a basic CMA because I hadn't seen the house, didn't know anything about it. And she's like, "Has anybody come in with anything? What did they come in with?" And she actually showed me a couple of things that people had left behind. It was just terrible. But nobody had even really come in with a CMA She had one person that came in with a CMA with no numbers because they were, I guess, setting themselves up just to say, yeah, you think you want 900,000? Sure. Yeah, it looks like it's worth 900. I don't know what they were doing. They did a CMA and somehow redacted the actual numbers. I don't know. But apparently I had given her enough that she's now, so tomorrow I'm going to put it together because, and here, honestly, here's the fact of the matter is that it's not an easy market right now. I mean, it's not, there's no, I've been doing this for a decade and a half, and I've definitely seen some swings in the market. But there's nothing you can point to that goes, this is what happened then. There's analogies and similarities in a lot of it, of course. But there's, it's a different market. I'm going to share my screen one more time, and this is getting kind of long, but now that I'm into teacher mode, let's go ahead and let's look at this screen. So this is my my website. Unfortunately, well, I don't know if, yeah, there we go. TheAndrewBergGroup.com, TheAndrewBergGroup.com, in case anybody was wondering. TheAndrewBergGroup.com on the web. What is the value of my home? And this is where you will see almost always a little thing, put your address in, and it's going to do an automated value box. But this is what I have. Usually we would have an automated value tool on this page for you to use on your own. Because the market is shifting so rapidly, these valuation models are unable to keep up with the changes, so we have temporarily removed it. Please contact Andrew. Blatant plug by Andrew about Andrew. Direct at 561-324-8914 or realtorandrew1@yahoo.com. That's realtorandrew, the number 1 at yahoo.com. So we can do a comprehensive, accurate valuation for you, no cost, no pressure, sales taxes, just facts to help inform you on your next real estate decision. All right, you can check the rest of the website out later if you want to, but that is what I literally had to do because the valuation models are not even close. A lot of people, especially when you're looking to sell or you're in the process of selling, as much as buyers do, you're glued to Zillow and Realtor.com and stuff like that. Those valuation tools are randomly close at best. The one that we use actually has some artificial intelligence that helps finesse it, but it's still not, right now, it's just, they're not working because it's not, the market's changing too rapidly for them to keep up. All of those automated tools are going to have their accelerators and valuation extenders and blah, 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 blah in there. And just to let you know how good they are really in general, if I didn't think I had to have one, because everybody has one, I would never have one on there. Zillow, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that may not have heard, and probably everybody has if you read anything, Zillow lost, billions of dollars because they gambled on their Zestimate being correct. Guess what? Wasn't even close. They had to shut down the whole iBuyer business because they were losing their behind, billions of dollars, because the Zestimate was just that wrong. And then guess what? They had to bring a bunch of realtors in to fix the mess. Go figure. All right, I digressed again. Where was I? Okay, so anyways, here's the synopsis, the nutshell, the bottom line for all of this. If you are looking to sell or in the process of selling and you're like, it doesn't seem like much is happening to sell my house, you should find a realtor. Obviously, I would love for it to be me, but I'm not espousing that. I'm just saying, but you should find a realtor or ask your realtor first. First, ask your realtor, hey, let's look at your marketing plan. I want to see what you're doing, and maybe we need to make changes on it. First question. Second question, what is the value of my house today? Not what was it when we listed, not what was it, 3 months before we listed, what is it going to be 2 months from now when you still don't sell it? What is it today? And why are you saying that? Okay. I'm not saying that it's going to help them sell your house, but it'll help they're actually doing something. Try to sell your house so that they're not a complete flipping idiot. Because some of these agents, I hate to say it, are complete flipping idiots. The one down there, $6.99. No plan, no clue. Deer in the headlights. What? How is that going to sell your house? I was going to put it on MLS and hope somebody bought it. All right, well, that don't work, people. Okay, so the other thing is too, but here's the thing. If you're looking to buy, realize, because I had people that were interested in the house that sold, the tale of two houses, right? The house is under contract. I told him, I said, look, we need to get in there because this house is priced good for today's market and it's going to sell. And they were hedging. They wanted to talk to their financial advisor about some things, which because it was a weekend. And I said, listen, absolutely. I don't want to push you into something that you're uncomfortable with, but they're in very easily good shape to purchase it. And then afterwards, a little bit, the husband admitted he was just thinking that it was, you know, his opinion of what was going on with the market was informed by the echo chamber he lived in. His true feeling about the market was that it was tanking. This was a month ago. The bottom was falling out, the sky was falling, and he's like, I don't want to be in a position where I buy a house and it's worth $100,000 less than next year. I understand that thought, but then when we talked again, I said, look, I understand what you're saying, but here's, like a better word, the facts. And I sent him pretty much a CMA, just like, well, not a CMA, it's gonna be a more in-depth dive into valuation than a CMA. But I sent him sort of the same thing that I'm gonna bring over to this lady tomorrow. And he said, well, that's not, you know, that's not accurate. I said, I don't know how else to show accuracy, but pull stuff off the MLS and then pull stuff off the property appraisers and pull stuff. I mean, there's different places to pull stuff from, but facts. And then eventually, he actually came down. We had a really nice conversation, had a couple of drinks actually. We're talking about it, and I showed him a bunch more stuff, and he's like, I can't believe that this is what he said. I completely 100% was positive the market was tanking, and that, you know, whatever's gonna be deals. My wife really loved this house and wanted to pursue it, and then, you know, maybe we probably should have. But once again, I don't have a crystal ball. Can't tell you 100% what's gonna happen next month, but I can tell you right now, for it to come anything close to tanking or even really declining in value right now, it's going to take an awful lot more than we got out of this last month's results, because August was still pretty solid, although we are getting on to a nice little slow plane of appreciation from that rocket where we needed to be. But buyer strategy outside of that, buyer strategy is very important, because here's what I also told him, and you know, perhaps it was me being too aggressive, and maybe that's what made him stand off. But I said, what we need to do is we need to go in there with a short timeline for inspection. There's absolutely no reason that you can't get an inspection done in really 3 days. So an inspection period of more than 5 days isn't really necessary. 7 days starts to get weaker, and then our boilerplate's 15, but it's still a seller's market. We want to be aggressive and just get things done. We want them to know that they'll know whether the house is going to close or not within, basically 7 days. So we have our inspection period 5 days. This is typically what we do on a property like this, if we know there's going to be competition. And then the loan commitment, including appraisal, in as little as 7 days, which we've done multiple times, but I like to push it to 10 days. It gives our preferred lender a little more time to do it, but 10 days. So that way the person that's selling the house understands, much like a cash offer, hey, in 10 days, we know we can start packing our bags, right? And moving on to our next thing, because these people are fully approved and we're through the inspection period. And those are the pain points in purchasing. All right. There's a whole lot more that goes into real estate, but these are the important things that are occurring right now on this Labor Day of 2022, September the 5th. And myself, Andrew Burr, and my team, the Andrew Burr Group, are here ready to help. And I don't like to, maybe I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I give myself airs, but I like to think that we do business the right way. 15 years of my career has proved to me that we pretty much do, because you can't go anywhere and find less than a 5-star review for my services or my team services. So If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent anywhere here in the beautiful Southeast Florida area, particularly Palm Beach, St. Lucie is still a heavy driver for us. Honestly think that the St. Lucie market, if there's a market here that's gonna maybe decline a little bit, it's probably gonna be St. Lucie, just because they don't have the infrastructure, the job base, and all that sort of stuff to support the markets as much as the rest of Southeast Florida does. They might have a little bit of a decline. If they do, I don't expect it to be huge, but that would be the only place that I would really say, maybe hesitate and use a little bit of caution. But that being said, if you buy something today and you lose, 2% in the next 6 months, unless we go underwater, you'll have another 7 to 10% within a couple of years. So I mean, we're not building any more land down here, and that's really the bottom line. There's no more land to build down here, and we're running out of land to build on. All right, so that's a loose rent. Oh, and honestly, if you're thinking about making a move and you don't want to sell, boy, let me know. We need rentals bad in every category. We need rentals from $1 million homes down to the blue collar market. Rents right now, trying to find people places to rent, man, is just tough. And the rents are up. The rents are up really high. So your home, if you're in a position to do it, it could become a very nice investment model for you. Okay. And if you're looking to buy a home somewhere else, or even in Florida, like upgrade, downgrade, downsize, whatever it is, we have lenders, and I assume that people everywhere else have lenders, like in different states, that will lend on the basis of the rental performance of your property, because it's a pretty static thing, and they know the rental market, right? So anyways, if you're interested in potentially renting rather than selling, let us know. It's not the right broker thing to do, because I don't make nearly as much money on a rental as I do on a sale, but it could be a very smart decision for you, the homeowner. So if it's something that you're interested in, let me know, and be more than happy to talk to you and let you know how that whole thing works and how it could work for you. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up now, because I feel like this has been a long one even for me. Andrew Burr, leader of the Andrew Burr Group here at Coldwell Banker, 561-324-8914. Once again, 561-324-8914. It's on the sign right back there. You can reach me at realtorandrew1 at yahoo.com. It's realtorandrew, the #1 at yahoo.com. You can check us out on the web at theandrewburrgroup.com, which we just saw a lovely example of a moment ago. Facebook, /Realtor Andrew, Instagram, Realtor Andrew 1, Twitter _Burr Group. I'm sure there's more, but we're running out of time, so we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, and we will chat at you soon.